Hello everybody, this is Jacob from Wager Me This, and in today's video we're going to expand on the bonus bets and are they really worth it in different ways to play the same type of thing or get the same value with a lot less uh, time, a lot less, um, a lot less of a probability going against you. So like if you're just trying to hit the small or the tall, remember we talked about in the other video where you have to hit a 1 out of 36, a 2 out of 36, a 3 out of 36, a 4 out of 36, and a 5 out of 36 just to get one side of it. Where if you want to just make let's say we had $5 on and we were trying to make 150. If you want to just make 150 with $15, you can do like this marching soldier thing. And I'm going to show there's a couple versions of the marching soldier, right? There's a couple ways to play it. All of them are pretty reasonable, pretty easy. But this is the way. This is my preferred way to play it. And like I said, there's quite a few overall ways to play this. All right, so I got $600 bankroll here. I have 96 out there across, $4 in white chips here, and then 500 right here. Just show you that, reasonable bankroll here. And the idea here is the reason I like to do it this way is instead of just like choosing to start at the 4 or the 5 or the 6 or the 9 or whatever, what I do is I put the 96 out there, and what I say is, okay, whatever number hits, I'm going to go to the most probable next step. So if the 5 hits, my next one is going to be the 6, and then the 6 and the 8, 9, 10, 4, right? It's kind of the idea. But I do mine a little differently than the others. When I do the marching soldier, I take and I let my bets stay built, and I just take the profit and I put it on the next one. Now, some people take all the profit and just move it over to the next one. They take the whole number and just move it over to the next one. I don't. So I'll show you what I want to do, the way I do it, and I'll show you another way to do it, as long as this doesn't run way over. All right, so here we go. Coming out here, we're not worried about the come out roll. We'll just be off for the come out, and then after that we'll go, because it doesn't really matter here what we're doing. There's the 8. Okay, so I let my first hit dictate which way I go. All right, here we go. And of course 7. So let's drop 100 again. That has nothing to do with what we're doing here. That would have lost the ATS too. We get 4 change. That was just a terrible roll. Here we go. And there's a 12. Nothing to do with us. And a 2. Wow. What a start. See, that would be ideal for the ATS, right? So I'm going to mark these. Okay, so we have 12, 2, 5 on this one. 12, 2, 5. This is about as good of a start as you could get almost. And I highly doubt it'll get there before my marching soldier makes $150. And there's the 6. So now it just needs the 3 and the 4 to hit the small. Our 6 made $21. And so this is what I mean right here, right? Okay, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to go straight over here to the 8 to 36, right? We'll rack up the $3. All right, so now my bonus bet has moved to here. All right, so I have 36 here. Obviously, if we win there, we'll win $42, and then we'll take the 42 to the 9, and so my 8 will still stay at 36. And the reason I like to do it this way is because it keeps these other bets powerful, so I can make money along the way as well. And there's a 3. Wow. Okay. The ATS just needs the 4. So it might beat my run here. And there's the 9. Okay. It's going to win 21. Now here, we're not to the 9 yet. So I'm just collecting it. We're looking for our 8 to bounce. And there's the 5. That's the point. Okay. 21. Oh, my cat wants out. Not even my dog. That's weird. We got this murderous cat. We call it Mr. Murder Mittens, and it drags in squirrels and everything. This thing is like a real tiger. He's orange too. But no, he's a dangerous little dude. My wife likes to bring in stray animals, and this one has been very interesting. All right, here we go. Box numbers are off. And 7, okay. But we were off, so that resets the ATS. So it didn't get there. It was down to the 4. It didn't get there. And there's the 6, okay. So our marching soldier's still alive because of the semantics, the mechanics of the game. That's another thing, is that when you play your bonus bets in this fashion, when you're like using this as your bonus, you get the advantage of a few things like that. All right, we rolled a 7 out. All right, I'm going to drop $100 for that 96 and you get 4 change, but I'm going to drop $1 for 5 change. I know that was a lot of dropping and flipping and flopping, but I promise it's right. And at this point, if I'm off a couple dollars, it's not this huge deal. All right, so as you can see, for this to work, you have to hit the one you're pressing. All right, we'll do my way one more time, and then I'll show another way to do this. And there's the hard 10. So you could be on the come out. I'm going to be off just because that's how most people play. And there's the 9, okay. So right here, I would go toward the 8, right? Because I'm going to the most probable side is what I think works the best. All right, so 21 to the 8, we're going to go to 36. Like $3. So now when the 8 hits, it's going to win 42, and we're going to take that 42 and we're going to put it here. And so it only takes, it actually should only take 3 wins before you're starting to hit close to that 150. All right, there's a 10. It's going to win $27. And the reason I like to play the rest of them like this, especially leave them built up, is in case they keep hitting, right? All right, box numbers are off. And there's the 6. Oh, man, we need the 8 first. Never mind, my bad. We're trying to march our soldier along. Come on, 8. There's the 5. 21. Get on the 8. Dang it. 437. But the ATS also wouldn't be hitting. And that's what I'm trying to point out here, is just really how difficult it is to roll the ATS. All right, we're going to drop $101 and get 5 back. All right, here we go. And there's the 6. Okay, so here we go again. Let's see if we can get us a number. Like, the ideal spot is like to roll the 4, right? Then you just head up. And there's the 9. Okay, perfect. We'll win 21. We'll take our 8 to 36. Now we need the 8. Oh, there's the 9 again for 21. I'm going to drop 4 for a quarter. $10. Okay. It's going to win 27. Actually, I'm going to drop 3 for 30 because I need to change out some of these white chips. 3 for 30. All right, so we have the 9 and the 10, the 6. We'll start marking these. It has only got close to 1 time, so it doesn't really matter. And there's aces. There you go. ATS, guys. Now, I'm not telling you guys also that you shouldn't play the ATS. I'm not saying that, because I like playing it. I play it all the time. What I'm saying is, if you do play it, you should always play it. You shouldn't just do it intermittently, because you never know what's going to land. I'm going to drop 3 for 30 on that 10. And that's the way I look at it. Now, you should also not look at it as your strategy, probably. There's the 9. This 8 is just avoiding us, isn't it? Our marching soldier will not march. Will not march. But oddly enough, we're not hitting other numbers. That's another thing about the ATS is you don't get anything for repeating numbers, right? There's the 6. That's the point. So like all these numbers we've already hit, right? You don't get nothing for that. You just get paid if you have the bet. It's $21 win. Box numbers are off. Here comes my 8. Watch. Nope. We need the 8, and then we'll go to the 6. And there's the 6. We are just crushing it. Right? This is one of the reasons why the repeater bet does have some value in the bonus world, because there is these weird streaks where you just hit one number a bunch, right? Like this one right now with the 6. We've hit the 6 for at least 4 times. Now 5, because it's been 2 points and 2 hits on it. So now this is a 5th one right here. And so sometimes the repeater bet is slightly different in the bonus world. And there's a 10. Just, that was not an 8, guys. It was a 10. We would have much preferred it to be an 8. We're going to drop 3 for 30. Come on, 8. Can't even march to the next level. I'm just trying to show it. There's the 9. But as you can see, we haven't changed. Like, it's only been 9s, 10s, a 2, and 6s. We haven't got nothing else. And this is another issue with the ATS, is that there's no value on repeating the number. So when you're betting that, there we go. Took a million years to get that 8. All right, so that's going to win 42. Sorry about that. Now this is going to take us all the way up on this one to 60. Okay. All right, so now, look, our 8's still up. That's fine. This is our bonus. We're trying to make it the same as if a $5 win here, right? Which is $150. So we're at 60. So if we hit again, it would just be our second win on it. Then when we get to the 5 would pay the same amount. So we really only need 3 hits to do the same thing it takes all those numbers to do. Now, you have to have 3 more specific hits, of course. There's a 4. All right. It's going to win 27. Let's drop 3 for 30. All right. And dang it, 7. But now you guys get an idea. So let's say we didn't roll the 7. Let's say we did roll the 6. All right, now we're going to win 70. All right, this isn't always going to go where it just dodges the 8 all day. All right, now it's 70. All right, so now over here, we're at 85, all right? So I want to show you what 85 will pay, right? This is just on the 3rd hit. The 70 pays 105, or 75 pays 105. And then the other one, it pays 14. All right, so this is just on the 3rd hit. All right, this is the payout right here. 119. So if you took out the ones that you have pressed, right? Look how much you've made in 3 hits. So like if you got to that 3rd hit, now you can reduce down to the 96. Look what you've made. 175, 200, 225, 245, 249. And so that's the idea there, guys. That's the idea why playing stuff like this this style of play is going to be, you're going to win this more often than you're going to win the ATS. You're going to be able to hit 3 numbers way more often than you're going to be able to hit all these. Now, sometimes it's going to come quickly, and sometimes you're going to struggle to hit them, but that's the idea here. And let me show it really quick without it being in the middle of this. Let me just show what the 3 hits would look like. All right. And we won't even use the 4 and the 10 because the 4 and 10 does boost it up a little bit. All right. Let's take all this, put this down here. All right. So let's say we hit the 5. All right. 5. Let's hit number 1. We make 21. We take our 6 to 36. Boom. Hit number 1. Boom. 6 hits. All right. 36 pays 42. Hit number 2. We go all the way up to 60. Hit number 3 comes. We're going to win 70. Just like that. Okay, so that's just our 3rd hit, right? Now let's look at what happened. All right, if we take our original and put it down. This is what we've made without another hit. $125 or $125, $130, $133 without another hit, without the 8 being hit, or without the next level, the 9 being hit. We were at $133. And that, guys, that's the idea behind this, is that I think I might have messed up the round right before that when I was trying to show it. That's why I wanted to redo it here. But that's the idea. That only took hitting a 5, 6, and an 8. You guys are going to do that way more than you're going to hit the ATS. And now I get that you have 96 out there to do that. You'd only have 15 over there to do that, but you're going to play that 96 anyway, probably, is what I'm saying. So you can avoid playing the ATS side over there and just play something else that just helps you have a big win out there. And that's really all you're looking for. I know I didn't show another marching soldier. I'll show another one in the next video. At least I think I will, because I want to show one other way to kind of play bonus bets. But hopefully we'll show a different marching soldier. Maybe one of these other guys that was really into the marching soldier when it was really popular will jump in here and make a video about this. Because the marching soldier at one time, with like Bird Dog and those guys, was like their jam. I mean, everyone seemed to be doing it. But I always thought it got played a little bit wrong. That's why I played my own way of it. I think the other way to play it is just you have to make it all the way through it before you can get your money, if I remember right. Again, this is an old play. Even in the craps community, this has been around a long time. But again, it's not what we're really talking about. I'm just saying that it just has kind of fell out of favor. But it's actually a really good way to kind of manufacture a bonus, right? And that's what you're doing here. You're trying to manufacture like a bonus win, something that hits big and you can be happy for. And that's one of the things about the ATS that makes the ATS so much fun, right? Is that generally the whole table's kind of cheering for it. So when it does happen, it's an exciting play. And there's nothing wrong with playing the ATS as that. If you're playing it and you just want to be part of that excitement, cool, I get that. But don't act like it's not a drain on your bankroll, because it is, or a drain on your table bankroll, because it is. Most of the time, you're not going to win any of it, right? Most of the time, you're just throwing $15 away or whatever it is you played at. The vast majority of the time, that's what you're doing, because it's so difficult to hit. And the reason it's so difficult is that it's a 1 out of 36, 2 out of 36, 3 out of 36, 4 out of 36, and a 5 out of 36 that you have to roll before a 1 out of 6. And that's the tough part of it, right? And even when you're on the come out, you still are at mercy of the 7, which isn't that way with every bonus bet, which is cool. Like the sharpshooter bet and the ride the line and stuff, they actually win on the 7, so, or the ride the line does. So again, that's one of the tricky parts of it, right? But one of the other ways to do a bonus bet is just to tower a number, right? You tower a number. You say, okay, you're going to move your tower around. It's kind of like the marching soldier, but you just move the tower around, right? Pretty simple, right? And I like when if you're going to play the tower style of bonus, the half press tower. So I'm going to just run one really quick, right? I'll show you what I mean by a half press tower for a bonus bet. Let's say we have 110. I'm using 110 because it's a lot easier than deal with the white chips. All right, so here we go. We got a 7. This is not going to help us. We're just looking for, and there's the 8. Okay, we need a win. And we got a 5. Perfect. All right, $35. So now you're going to go half press tower or whatever you want to do. Here, we'll just go green chip press to start. We'll tower the 6. Now we're just looking. If I was at this level, I would start my first press would be a green chip press. And then after that, it'd be half, just because to get you going. You don't have to that way. You could just go 18. Now we're looking for the 6. We did not get it. All right. We're going to ignore that 7, and we're going to act like we're still going, so you guys get an idea of what this looks like. And we get our 6. There was another 7. All right, so let's just act like we rolled a 6, because I'm running out of time. I got to go to work. All right, so now you win your 70. Bang. All right, now you do your half press tower. But in the half press tower, I like to take this down and go to the next one, right? Because you're half pressing to the tower, so you can go this one to 90, all right? And then let's say, bang, you hit that one. Now you're going to win 105. Take you back down to 30. Now your half press tower. I would just go 100 to 125. So, again, same 3 hits here. Now you're sitting here at the same as the ATS, plus you've already racked up this much money. And it's not that hard to do. It's actually relatively easy to run into a run like that, where you're just moving the money around. And half press, you are collecting some, which is why I like it. But that was just 3 hits as well to get to the same place that the ATS takes, 5 hits, but it probably takes 40 rolls, 20 rolls, to get one side. So again, guys, it's just what you like, but them bonus bets like the ATS the ATS specifically, are definitely a drain. So keep that in mind when you're playing it. I'm not telling you not to play it. I play it all the time. I like it. But I play it more as fun. Like I'm playing it as, hey, this is kind of part of the game that I want to have fun with. That's what I do. Anyways, guys, thank you for your time. This is Jacob from Why'd You Need This?